Dance with me.
Kontrol Sessions Live, em direto na World Wide Web.
Don't stop.
Os melhores DJs nacionais em uma hora com a melhor música eletrónica. Kontrol Sessions Live.
No sleep.
Come on.
Olá, boa noite, controlianos. Estamos de regresso para mais uma Kontrol Talk nestas edições regulares, semanalmente aqui na World Wide Web, para todos os parceiros também da Kontrol. Hoje vamos fazer uma viagem inédita. Vamos falar com alguns convidados de foro estrangeiro. Neste caso concreto, vamos dar um salto até Ibiza, onde temos a dupla Orgy e também Sasha. Sasha que é conhecido como o DJ Megablast. O Orgy é o agente que nos dará também a explicação de como é que as coisas estão em Ibiza. E aqui em cima temos duas meninas, a Joana Colasso, portuguesa, mais conhecida como Pantarotto, que também costuma estar residente em Ibiza, e a Sara Pantarotto, que é italiana, mas infelizmente ou felizmente estão presas, imaginem só, em Guadalupe, nas Caraíbas, que foram fazer um trabalho até às Caraíbas. Devido ao Covid-19 ficaram presas, estão há 3 meses praticamente presas em Guadalupe. Por isso, passo a palavra à Joana. Sorry guys, let me talk first with the ladies. Okay, ladies first. And it's very interesting because we have Joana, that is a Portuguese girl that works a lot also in the night scene over here, and then went to Ibiza. And also for our listeners to understand a little bit of Portuguese, because I cannot translate all the interview, I will ask Joana for the first questions. Joana, muito boa tarde aí em Guadalupe, boa noite aqui em Lisboa.
Boa tarde.
Antes de mais, eu estou muito curioso de que tu, sendo uma moça, uma rapariga da área do performance, do bailado, da bailarina, como é que tu, sendo do Porto, um dia deu-te a moque e piraste para Ibiza? Foi assim?
Bom, sim, estudei no Porto, comecei a trabalhar na dança no Porto, trabalhei muito em televisão na RTP, também para o Futebol Clube do Porto.
Exato.
Mas entretanto já ia a Lisboa trabalhar frequentemente e vivi 8 anos em Lisboa. No momento a economia e o trabalho começou a perder um bocadinho de qualidade, a economia começou a baixar, e eu pensei, bem, vou começar a buscar outros caminhos. E entretanto fui para os Estados Unidos, assim um bocadinho à louca, mas as condições naturalmente para nós com o visto turista são mais complicadas, não temos permisso para trabalhar profissionalmente, nanana. Bom, enfim, passados 3 meses voltei, era para regressar, mas pensei, porque é que me vou sujeitar a estas condições de estar quase como ilegal, de não poder trabalhar no que eu gosto de trabalhar e tudo mais. Pensei para onde é que eu posso ir e veio-me um flash. Toda a gente em Portugal dizia, Joana, Ibiza é a tua cara, Ibiza é a tua cara, Ibiza é a tua cara. E eu faço uma mala e vou para Ibiza.
Isto aconteceu, isto foi quando?
E assim foi. Isto foi há 6 anos.
E desde aí vives em Ibiza?
Sim, exatamente.
Muito bem.
É realmente a minha casa.
Ao teu lado temos uma italiana que tem tudo a ver com o meu nome também. Eu sou descendente de italianos. I'm also...
No, pero puede hablar español.
Não, tem que ser português agora, amor.
Hoje, Sasha, entende espanhol?
Entiendo también portugués.
E hoje, tu entende espanhol ou não?
Un poquito, pero es muy mal.
Muy mal.
E Sasha também não. Não. Sasha kann Deutsch sprechen.
It's worse for me. Started really well with Joanna and Sara, and then it kind of got worse.
Ok. Sara, que tem um sobrenome Pantarotto.
No, no es Pantarotto, es Matassari.
No, tu nombre.
A mi nombre es Sari.
Sari, pronto.
Es mi apellido, pero no es que me gusta mucho.
Muy bien. Sara, you decided also to go from where you were born? Where you born, Sara? In Italy.
10 March.
¿Dónde has nacido?
¿Dónde? En Venice.
Venice, ok.
Venice.
Ay, aquí.
Y has decidido ir a vivir para Ibiza.
Sí, y he decidido después también yo de una carrera de de trabajo en Italia como bailarina por el Carnaval de Venecia, sobre todo, y bueno, en varios clubes. Pero claro, me estaba un poco cansada de la situación musicalmente hablando, también en Italia está una fuerte influencia comercial, la música comercial o reggaetón, una música que a mí no me gusta. También por esto yo me mudé en Ibiza, también por el panorama musical. Y nada, de aquí, después de tanto hard work, empecé a trabajar, a conocer mucha gente, empecé a trabajar por todos los clubs. Claro, no ha estado fácil, para nada.
No es fácil para ustedes.
Para nada. Y yo porque llegué sin contacto, así. Tenía un contacto y ya está. Llegué y después de un poco empecé el trabajo, pero llegué temprano. Llegué como en abril y empecé a trabajar en julio, junio. Junio.
Bueno.
Bueno,
Y desde entonces trabajo y mucha movida, naturalmente, mucha party. Una cuestión es que soy amigo. I'm friend also from Rui da Silva. Do you know Rui da Silva, Oji? The guy that made that hit wonder, "Touch Me," in 2000. He was #1 in England. Touch me in the morning.
Okay, then I know. I don't.
no me acuerdo.
Yeah. Rui da Silva in 2004.
Già sentito.
Yeah, Rui da Silva is my friend also. He decided to go to Ibiza and stay there in Ibiza for 4 years or 5 years. In the last interview that I made him, he told me it was like a sabbatic work because I didn't done almost anything in Ibiza. It was party. Then he decided, no, it's not my time to be in Ibiza. So for you guys, being artists like Megablast, like an agent, I know Ibiza is like the center of culture thing for all the DJs. It's worth to be in Ibiza, actually, for you guys over there.
Maestro, do you want to go first?
Yeah, for me, it's the best place to live, definitely. I mean, Ibiza has way much more to offer than just parties, you know. And I think
Yes.
it's hard to explain to people that never have been here before, or for the people who maybe just know that kind of July and August feel. But for us, it's like, I think I can speak for both of us. There is something else in Ibiza, which is like, you have to come here and experience it, you know. The nature is amazing. People who decided to live here, I would say it's a very international place, open-minded people, very experienced people, and for every artist, whatever you do, it's just an amazing place because you have like this kind of same frequency level. If you imagine you're an artist and you are like me before living in Vienna, it's not going to happen that often that you meet a lot of people who are like really into it. Here you meet people immediately wherever you go. It's people having to do with music, art, and so.
So it's more easy to collaborate.
Collaborate. I think it's more easy to connect because if you imagine, like for example, me as a producer, if I would sit in Vienna and I make music, I'm always depending on sending emails to people who listen to my music. And you know how it is, you know, you get thousands of emails, you cannot answer all the emails, you have not really a face to the people, no personal contact. But in Ibiza, you meet people here in summer and you go like having lunch or dinner on the beach, and it's you get to know each other. And I think that's something that's really very unique here.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, for me, the only thing I think it's more or less what you were saying, actually the creative charge in Ibiza is unlike anywhere else I've seen. There's a lot of, you know, even if we talk about electronic music, you know, there's Berlin, there's a lot of places in the world that are truly amazing. And it's not just Ibiza. I think it's important for us in Ibiza also to remember that, you know, while we have a very special place in this kind of world, if you like, you know, there are other places too that you know, foster a lot of brilliant music and a lot of creativity. The density of creative souls here in Ibiza is phenomenal. And I think you described it well. You say actually it's connecting with people rather than necessarily collaborating. I suppose collaborating in a human level, you might actually collaborate with somebody by talking to them, and you bring some of that inspiration that you get from others into the studio and into the other things you do.
Yeah, but I think seeing this like in an artist viewer, and as we know, the nightlife brings always some kind of situations that are not so healthy, you know. We are seeing the old dance scene all crossed over the things about drugs, alcohol, etc. So I think if I would to be in Ibiza, you need to be really focused to do your work. You can't do only party. No, that's the thing, don't you?
Depends with you. I think if you come to the island, let's say very unexperienced and you're very young, it might be a dangerous place. I agree, like with all the parties and drugs and party every day. But on the other hand, if you come here and you're experienced, it's a fantastic place. Because for me, for example, I'm in the studio making music, and then I would go to the party, and then you get this amazing vibe, which is really unique in Ibiza on the dance floor especially. And then you get that vibe in the back studio, and then you have this amazing nature. Before I was living in a city, so I was sitting in the studio all the time. I never really went out my place, and here I can go outside and it's amazing nature, so I'm getting myself in a good balance. I think it depends a lot on yourself, how you decide, how you take that island.
Yeah.
I think you can find anything you want to do with that. I think if you come here with that sort of objective and that sort of, you know, a thirst and appetite for partying, then of course it's all there for you. But it's also perfectly possible to have a different kind of life where you still enormous benefit from all that energy and all the brilliant parties that happen here, but without losing your identity and
your personality.
Life.
Yeah. Over here in Portugal, we are assisting the premiere of a series that I think, Violet, has participate the White Lines film.
White Lines series.
Yeah, I'm on the second episode, so we have Nuno Lopes, an actor, a Portuguese actor, and Paulo Pires, and all the story being directed by Alex Pina, the guy that made the Casa de Papel, and it's showing a little bit of the thing that was Ibiza in the 90s, the crossover of the things, the families that owned the clubs, etc. And it's showing a little bit of the crazy Ibiza. How do you saw the I don't know if you've already saw the series. Have you saw it already?
I'm about halfway through, and I've already concluded that the best part was Joanna in episode 1.
Thank you. I was not able to see because actually I do have Netflix, but here it doesn't go. So
it doesn't work in.
My mom did. She has my internet, my Netflix in Portugal. But I can't reach it here. So
Joanna, how was how did it happen to participate in White Lines?
Well, I just made a casting for Netflix, and then they called me. They wanted me to do other parts, but I would have to go to Mallorca, and it would be hard for me because I work so much in Ibiza in the summer. That would be really hard for me to lose 1-2 days and not working. So then they decided to make me do this fire show, which is only one appearance, when they came to Ibiza. When they came to record in Ibiza, because actually most of the scenes are filmed in Mallorca, Palma de Mallorca.
In Palma de Mallorca.
So, they called me for this, and it was beautiful. It was a really nice production, really good production. I was happy with everything, and they were actually also happy with my show, so it was beautiful.
Okay. One of the things that we need to talk of course, like in Portugal, I'm a DJ too, I'm a producer too. I lost all my works since March until I don't know. The government in Portugal are saying that no. We are not worried about the clubs, the discos, the parties. That's a matter that we're going to see in the future. Meanwhile, we have all the professionals, all the industry stopped. A lot of thousands of people that are not working with any kind of support of the government, because this kind of musicians, artists, I think we are the most marginals of the culture thing. And all the support from the government actually in Portugal for our artists are zero. Okay. Being Ibiza, the center spot of summer from Europe, not only from Europe, what is happening actually for you guys, for artists, for performers? What are you thinking at the moment? Do you will have any support from the Ibiza authorities, from the Spain authorities? What's going to happen in the next months?
Hard one to answer. I mean, if we start with just the sort of the government piece, I think there's a lot of, I genuinely think there's a lot of sincere sort of goodwill, even in the government, to actually help self-employed people, artists, if you like, people who don't have kind of regular. It's of course like everything else in life. It's much easier when you have a regular job and a regular contract. It's easy to find ways of support. Things don't always work very well for self-employed people, for autonomous artists like the ones like the ones you're talking to here today. There's been a lot of talk. I think some people really struggled, as far as I can tell, to sort of sign up and get through some of the processes to actually really sort of get to help. I think the story has been good. I think the reality has been a little bit more difficult for people. In my experience, from what I hear, it's not as straightforward to actually access it. The help is there theoretically, but in practice, it hasn't really delivered for a lot of people so far.
That's very bureaucratic.
Yes, and there's a lot of hoops, and there's a lot of sort of paperwork and evidence that you need to put together. There's the criteria for being eligible for help. On the face of it, seem quite simple, but in reality, like I said, there's a lot of work that you need to put in order to sort of jump through all those hoops and get to the check, as it were.
Yeah. And for us, it's also really complicated because once we are here, we are not allowed to get help. If eventually we were in Ibiza, we could apply for that help, but because we're not, we can't.
Yeah.
So,
but Joanna, when you can get a flight from where you are?
We don't know. Maybe in 1 month, but it's not 100% sure.
I think at the end of the June, 1st July. So. But change always.
Yeah, it's always changing. It's always changing. And they're booking a lot of flights for people that are not happening. So it's also a little bit of a mafia now becoming, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah. But are you on your will to be there, or are you like chilling out, or very nervous?
We're happy to be here. To be honest, there's a lot of nature around. There's beautiful people. We are in a little village where there's a lot of artisanal. I don't know how to say this in English. Artists, a lot of artists, a lot of painters, poets. So it's kind of cool energy around, and we were able at least to go out and to hide and go to the beach and to walk. It's good, and it's good people here. We are in a beautiful spot, Gite Canelle, but it's from a family, and they are not allowed to have tourists here now, but because we are stuck here, they can have us, and they are helping us a lot. They have 2 kids, lovely kids, so we feel like a little bit like in a special holiday. What makes me nervous is not to be able to work and to be in Ibiza, to do all the projects that I left in the air, and to be on stage and to see my good friends. But we are locked in the beautiful place and with good energy, and we're starting this project from here to see if we can do something out of work and art and nature, and just to show something to the world, because 3 months stopped.
We want to try to work here
already
with the project of Freestyle Guadalupe. And
let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can fly sometime.
Did you try to ask any support for the Portuguese government, Joanna?
But when it comes to the flight,
Yeah.
no, actually I didn't, because I know things are complicated, and I also don't want to fly in the condition that I can get infected, or I need to be 15 days, I don't know where,
Okay.
to do another quarantine,
Yes. Okay.
or so it's even more complicated. So I rather wait that everything's calm and I'm healthy to go straight to where I want to, then just go around and be waiting and to get stuck in a worse place than here, like, I don't know, imagining if I have to stay in quarantine in Madrid or in Paris in a hotel by myself is not nice.
Yeah.
So at least here we can do something.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the artist thing. We have Megablast over here in our interview. He's too quiet. Sasha, you're too quiet. I need you to talk a little bit right now. Sasha, a guy that are from Austria, that's always like a little bit colder, like you told. You decided to go to Ibiza. The weather is very nice. But you made Soy Como Soy in Austria.
Yeah. I have to say that I'm actually still, I have a little daughter, she becomes 2 years old in June. And I'm still Austrian, I have still an Austrian passport. So my situation is actually that I'm traveling usually weekly. I'm like 1 week in Austria, spending time with my daughter, and I'm 1 week in Ibiza doing my stuff.
Oh,
that's my situation. So that's why I'm also didn't say anything, because my situation with support from the government and stuff is different.
Okay. So you are like a tourist now?
I'm like a tourist.
Yeah. But tell me, how do you get, being an Austrian guy, how do you get the idea to do Soy Como Soy? It's a very Latin track, very Cuban, very Latin song. So how did you get the idea? How was the thing to do Soy Como Soy?
The thing is that I'm coming.
Sorry. I'm writing some call, but okay, continue. Okay, you can continue. Sorry.
My roots are actually in Austria. I'm coming from, I don't know if you know that guys, Kruder and Dorfmeister.
Oh yeah, of course.
And
wow. Give me 1 minute, please. Sorry.
Yeah, of course.
I will edit this.
Ahorita, ¿qué tal?
Muy bien, tesoro. Súper bien. ¿Y vos? Sashimi.
Okay.
Puta madre.
Puta madre. Siempre.
People live.
Me veo muy bien.
Okay, I'm ready. So, Sasha, you were explaining me how did you do Soy Como Soy?
You have to imagine that in Austria, to go a little bit more back in the 90s, we had a really good music scene there.
Yeah, Grünermeister was
like D&D and Uldinger, Dunakan, all these people. We had like really local, strong, good music scene. And I was releasing my first album actually together with my mate Makosa on Keystone Recordings, which is the label from Kontrol Talk. And so we did already on the first album. You know, the thing is, I had always a lot of friends who were like more in, let's call it, black music scene. And I'm coming originally from hip hop. And so we had always people around us in the studio, which were actually maybe not even vocalists back then, but ladies, for example, from Cuba. And we were hanging out in Vienna. We went to bars listening to Latin music. I'm a huge fan of Latin music. And so one day we ended up in my studio and we just, we had some wine, a good time, and then we started recording. And the thing is, I'm usually having always quite a good idea about a vocal hook or a vocal line. So I'm trying to sing that idea to the vocalist, the groove, the idea of the track, and then work it out with some and so we had that track finished, and it was back then that it was just happening in the studio. And then DJ Hell was coming to us because he made a compilation for Shigolo Records.
Okay.
And on that compilation, they asked us if we want to be part of it. So we had that track Soy Como Soy finished. And then it came out, I think it was, I don't know, 6, I don't know anymore, but 11. And suddenly, people were calling me saying that Soy Como Soy is getting crazy in Ibiza. Like Luciano, all these guys, Ricardo Villalobos, everybody playing Soy Como Soy.
Yeah.
And I have to say that back then, I'm not coming from house and techno. I'm coming from hip hop, drum and bass, jungle break beats, and very, very late to quite, let's say, 4 to the floor beats.
Yeah, for the
And
house.
so I'm a little bit interested in actually who's playing my track. So at the end, we got a booking in Privilege. And so that was my first visit to Ibiza.
Whoa.
And I'm not interested in Ibiza at all. I had a picture of Ibiza that I really didn't like. If you've never been before, you just have something that you get presented in media, which is maybe not really 100% Ibiza.
White line.
White lines.
White
And
line.
then I was here, and I still didn't really like it. When I saw Privilege and we were playing there, it was for my personal taste too big. It was not something I felt comfortable with because I usually prefer smaller audiences and having like more family affair. So at the end, one of my best friends, Claudio Ricci, who is also living on the island, he showed me the island. He was saying like, "Come, Sasha, I want to show you the other side." And then it happened. Then he drove me around, and then the rest was magic. The rest was just.
I propose now to see a little bit of the video because of the persons then don't know the video. I will show right now. Okay, nice track. This Soy Como Soy. Some radios still playing that track. Do you know?
Yeah, I know it's quite timeless. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite friendly. Like the DJs, like the most critical DJs, they love the track in 2010, 2011. But if they still heard it on the radio, on a commercial radio, the typical underground DJs will say, this is too commercial, In my opinion, I'm a radio guy, so also radio guy. I think the best music, even the breakthrough from underground that playing on the radio, it's a big achievement. It's really, really nice. Definitely.
I never was thinking like this, because I remember. Do you remember when dance music was underground back then in the UK, and tracks like Adamski and Killer and that kind of stuff came out?
Yeah.
It was this crossover between club culture and then actually pop. And the thing is, I love to. For me, pop is actually a fusion of different kinds of styles. So you have maybe, let's say, the beats which are more underground, but then you have a vocal that's quite catchy, which is Latin, and then you have maybe some influence from somewhere else. And for me, I don't have a problem with that at all. I'm happy. If it's played on radio, it's fantastic.
Yeah, You have actually now a new track with Heriberto Cruz, a really Cuban thing that you have here in this track. But it's curious that Beatport is putting this on Afro House. You know it?
There is no Cuban house yet.
Or some world music or world house, no?
Yeah, Caribbean one now.
Yeah.
This track was difficult to do it. It's very organic one.
No, it was similar. I was in the studio working on a basic idea, and finally I had this track, and I immediately get an idea of a vocal when I have something. So I knew that kind of hook line I'm looking for, and I knew that I'm looking for a Cuban guy. And then I was asking my friends in Ibiza if somebody's on the island who can maybe sing. And then they were introducing me to Heriberto Cruz, who is based here in Ibiza, originally from Cuba. And I met him already once on a market where he was playing. He's fantastic, he's like really, really, really good. And then I got in touch with him. Then we had some problems regarding the language, but then he was coming with a friend who was translating.
Okay.
And then he listened to my idea, went back home, came the next day, and then it was done in like 15, 20 minutes, the vocal recording, because he's really professional and he's really good and tight with grooves. So yeah, it was happening actually very organically. And
okay, I saw also that you have your hardware studio fully equipped from big machines. You have mini Moogs. You have all the good reverbs and processors over there. And you were tweeting, making a post about how it's better to use hardware, it's better to use the plugins. I respond that post if you saw. That's an advantage also to have all the studio over there in Ibiza, isn't it?
The thing is that because of my traveling situation, that I'm going back and forth, that's why I was actually trying to figure out in the last weeks more and more about how can I produce being on the road. And I realized that in the last 10 years, the plugin market and the possibility of computers being so strong, that meanwhile the plugins I think are really fantastic. I usually I'm testing these things, I'm testing my real mini Moog with a plugin Moog, and that's the thing. When it comes to synthesizers, I think still it's lacking a bit. Because you might get the sound that sounds like a mini Moog. But the thing is, my experience with the plugins was always, you have to fix a lot of things frequency-wise and the resonances to get that sound really proper. And when I play with my, let's say, Sulina or mini Moog or whatever, you have a really straight sound where you don't need to do so much on fixing anymore.
Okay, let's see Solomon. Let's see Solomon playing a little bit of your track in Ibiza.
dama cubana, Heriberto Cruz, Megablast, es lo que hay, lo más fuerte. Camínalo, traigo mi tambor y alegría. Vente para la playa María. Ritmo, cadencia con buena armonía. Fiesta en la noche, fiesta en el día. Afro cubano, llevo tu alegría. Aquí te traigo mi melodía. Ríe, canta y salta para arriba. Ae, ae, ae la chambelona. En lengua, aso que le meye. En lengua, a la guana quiramboche. En lengua, aso que le meye. En lengua, a la guana quiramboche. Vamos, 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 vamos todos, vamos a bailar. Rumba pa' aquí, rumba pa' allá. Vamos a bailar. Hacer eco, yo la fiesta. Vamos a bailar. La fiesta llegó. Vamos a bailar. Aguacara tu Winnie, aguacara yenue, aguacara tu Winnie hueco. Y le na sopo. En lengua, aso que le meye. En lengua, a la guana quiramboche. En lengua, aso que le meye. En lengua, a la guana quiramboche.
Exclusive from Address in the House.
Arriba. Vamos a bailar. Vamos a bailar. Vida. Vamos a bailar. Así. Vamos a bailar. Se consagra.
Dance with me.
Kontrol Sessions Live, em direto na World Wide Web. Os melhores DJs nacionais em uma hora com a melhor música eletrónica. Kontrol Sessions Live.
Come on.